it's on Twitter. Alright. Yeah, Miguel, I'm gonna make a video about that later this week. I'm gonna try to find some optimism. I think he has Ryguy, I'm not sure. I haven't been on Twitter the last couple hours. It's tough for me to believe he ends up here at this point, though. The odds have to be, like, below 10%. Yeah, I mean, even if we had gotten Clowny, I wouldn't have liked this offseason that much. No, Alan, I am playing on my PS4. When I stream on my PC, you will know, because I have a face cam when I stream on PC. I don't think this game's on PC yet. It hasn't been ported quite yet. Hey, Rip. It seems likely Clowny is going to sign with the Titans at this point. It seems at this point to be at least 80-85%. I'm not ruling anything out. But at this point it would be a massive shift for him to go anywhere else. No, Rip. Don't. I will not be hearing any Earl talk in my stream today. That's pure silliness. Not doing the Earl Thomas thing. Not today, Satan. bad enough that it seems reasonable that we might bring back Brandon Meebane. Don't start saying Earl's name. Don't invoke his name. No. Safety is arguably our strongest position as is, because Earl is old, because he has issues within his personal life that are clearly interfering with his ability to play football. The list goes on and on and on, man. I think Snacks would be okay. I prefer Marcel Darius, but Snacks would be okay. Why is the solution with this team always go get somebody you had 5 years ago who you really liked? It's always, let's go back to the old shit. Why can't it never be, let's get something new and exciting? Let's go get shit we already have every time. Motherfucker. That's true, JS. I think we decided we weren't going to sign him for the money that he wanted. I think there was a price tag where we absolutely would have signed him. It would have been stupid to not. Oh my god damn it. How embarrassing is it for Clowney that he wanted like 120 million. He's probably gonna get like 12. Like, dear God. There's no way Tennessee's gave him a massive contract now. John Robinson is a good GM, he knows better. Rip, that's what Clowney wanted when things started. He wanted 9 figures. Are you kidding me? So yeah, guys, if you guys haven't already done it, go check out the video I made about the 53-man roster. I kind of give some of my thoughts on some of this stuff, but the Clowney thing, I don't know, guys. I kind of resigned myself to us probably not getting him for a while. It was pretty obvious to me that the odds were stacked against us there. Jarrell, there is no equivalency between what we gave up for Clowney and what we gave up for Jamal Adams. We're not in the same ballpark there. That's not a good equivalency to try to draw. Like, when we traded for Sheldon Richardson, I think you could say that was probably a bad trade. The Clowney trade was not bad, even if it was only a one-year rental, because he helped us win some games, got us to the playoffs and won a playoff game, and got us within a couple plays of the NFC Championship game, even though he played with a bad hernia. Like, that trade was not a bad thing at all. What? Jesus. Okay, I mean, the Percy Harvin thing was a disaster, and everybody knows that, and everybody admits it. Jimmy Graham was on the team for 3 years, and had high production, and then we let him go. In my opinion, we still won that trade. If you look at what the Saints got, which was not really all that much. And Sheldon Richardson, yeah, that obviously wasn't a great trade. But even then, that was a second rounder and a shitty receiver. There's no equivalency between that and what we gave up to get Adams. I mean, you could draw an equivalency with Percy Harvin, but everybody knows that Percy Harvin was a disaster. Nobody denies that. Harvin was never meant to be a one-year rental. We did give him a contract extension. had to just get him out of here. Our pick didn't become Xavier Rhodes. I think our pick became Stephon Anthony. Oh, you mean the Percy Harvin trade? Oh, okay, yeah. If we don't re-sign Jamal Adams, I have to believe it will be because everybody on our front office got fired and whoever we brought in didn't want to give that much money to a safety. If that happens, then yeah, we might not sign Jamal Adams. If that very specific scenario comes up, we might get rid of Adams. Other than that, I don't see it. By the way, I still like Sheldon Richardson. Still kind of makes me sad that we couldn't make something happen with him, but it is what it is. Yep. But I truly believe that guy was really good at football. What? Are you kidding me? He shot me through this? Oh my god, dude. You know what? I hate that dude so much. Well, you know, Jarrell, Pete's gonna have to live or die with the pass rushers that he chose. This is absolutely his show, and if it doesn't work, then it's 100% on him and John for signing who he signed. That's all I can say about that. If this doesn't work, then you all know who we need to move on from. I don't think the Jamal Adams trade was desperate. I think that was a fair trade for what Jamal Adams is. I don't love the trade, but I think the trade we made is fine, honestly. I think we as fans have kind of gotten to the point where we overvalue draft picks a little bit, especially with how bad this team has been at drafting. Like, I don't know. I think people need to keep things in context with regards to what those draft picks are likely to be. I think we've lost some sense of context when it comes to, you know, how good those draft picks are and their actual value to a team. Yeah, I love Derwin James, but is anybody really sad we didn't draft that dude now? Not me. Like, I made videos in the offseason about how there were a ton of really good pass rushers in free agency this year, and Pete decided to sign Bruce Irvin and Benson Mayowa. If this doesn't work, then that's another big strike against Pete and another reason why he needs to get the heck out of here. Yes, no, bro, I do. I think he will probably get more than that, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, TJ, who's gonna fire Pete or John if not Jody? It has to be her. It can't really be anybody else. I mean, Shaquille Griffin is really good, guys. I think people underestimate how good Shaquille Griffin is just because he didn't get an interception last year. You could easily attribute him not getting interceptions last year on the pass rush, by the way. No, bro. Trey does have better stats, but Shaquille Griffin's coverage metrics are pretty similar. Shaquille Griffin had tremendous coverage metrics last year, and we had one of the worst pass rushes in the NFL, so I don't think I'm overestimating what he'll be valued at all. Trey White just set the market. Like, Shaquille Griffin is going to be trying to match that market. He'll be able to make a pretty compelling argument that he deserves to get paid like Trey White did. Well, I've said this before, I'll say this. I don't think we're going to need to fire Pete Carroll. I think he'll step down when he knows it's time for him to step down. But, you know, same thing. Like, before he gets fired, I'm sure the team would go to him and be like, hey, dude, you gotta step down or else we're gonna fire you. Like, just don't be a pain, just go. And he'll probably do it, because who wants to get fired when you can just walk away and make it look like it was your decision on your terms, even if it wasn't. Trey is better than Shaq, but it's not as big of a blowout as you think it is. And again, Shaq had an awesome year last year in coverage with no pass rush behind him. Trey White plays on a team that has a solid pass rush. We might have had the worst pass rush in the league last year, if not for the Dolphins. The only team in the league that definitely had a worse pass rush than this last year was Miami. And Miami was tanking most of the season. Yeah, so did Dunbar. That's something I definitely have on my mind. Paul Allen fired Jim Mora Jr. before Jim Mora Jr. had a real chance to prove anything, just because he didn't feel it. So yeah, absolutely. Jarrell, what do you think I'm accepting? I guess there's probably one or two things I'm accepting about. What are you referring to? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Johnny Abed, I want Marcel Darius. I've never doubted how bad our coaching is, or how at least not very good it is. I mean, I've never been in denial about how bad our coaching is. The pass rush, I'm kind of in the same boat. Although, I'm going to make a video in the upcoming days about the pass rush to see if maybe I can put a bit of a positive spin on things. Sam Vitt, the offseason is a disaster anyway. I mean, I would give this offseason a D+, maybe a B. It's not good. This offseason is not good. Oh my god, you just summoned 2 of those things? Oh, good. Okay, they leave. They leave quickly. God. Dylan Murphy, I think it is. Look, maybe this ends up working. I remember in 2014, the Cowboys lost a bunch of their best defensive players from a defense that finished last in the league. Everyone was like, oh my God, they're going to have one of the worst defenses in NFL history because they lost DeMarcus Ware and they signed a bunch of irrelevant no-namers like Rolando McClain. And then they actually had a decent defense. Like, weird stuff does happen, but most of the time the weird stuff doesn't happen and what you expect to happen happens. Jesus frick. What the hell is this thing? Jeebus. I mean, maybe John genuinely knows something I don't, and Bruce Irvin and Benson Mayo are gonna kick ass, but I can't base that off anything. And I'm pretty damn positive Everson Griffin's gonna be better than Bruce Irvin this year. About that guy. Well, I don't have a problem with this team not signing Clowney. Clowney's definitely not as good as he thinks he is. Clowney definitely has problems in his game, but I want to replace Clowney with something else, and I don't think we did. We replaced him with Bruce Irvin and Benson Mayowa. Like, I've kind of felt like we were not going to re-sign Clowney for a long time. I'm not surprised by this at all. I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people were expecting us to eventually get Clowney. So they're really sad today. I'm kind of not, because I kind of knew. The problem is, we didn't get anybody else. But I don't really care about Clowney. Most exciting thing to me right now, honestly, is that if the defense is bad this year, nobody's going to get mad at me when I start saying we need to fire Pete Carroll, or he needs to resign. I don't think that's totally a fair thing to say, because we didn't give up that much for Clowney. When we traded for Clowney for 2+ players who were barely going to make the roster and a third-round pick. We knew. I think we knew it could be a one-year rental, and we were okay with that for that price. And I'm okay with it. I think that I think the trade we made for Clowney was still fine, even if we lose him now. Oh god, he's unmovable. Unmovable. I'll say this, I think maybe part of the plan was Daryl Taylor was going to be a big impact rookie, but there's no way he's going to be now because he got hurt, so that might be used as an excuse. I hope that doesn't get played up too much. Jacob Martin's a decent player, I guess, but that was a good trade. I have no problem with us making that trade, even knowing Clowney's not coming back now. Without Clowney, I don't know if we make the playoffs last year. I don't think we win a playoff game without him last year. I like Daryl Taylor as a player well enough, but it really sucks knowing we're not going to get a ton out of him as a rookie, or maybe much of anything. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Well, for all we know, maybe COVID affected his ability to recover from his injury. I don't know. Somebody who knows more about this stuff than I is going to have to comment on that. But I'm not down on Daryl Taylor in general. It just sucks that we're not going to really have him, which is a rookie. I like Taylor. I think he's going to be a good player. It's just kind of unfortunate. He probably wasn't going to have a big rookie year anyway, but now that he's hurt, it's really going to be tough. Oh, by the way, with us cutting Shaquem today, that's another strike against the front office. I mean, what did we end up getting out of the 2018 draft? Michael Dixon and who else? Almost retired after 2017, but he decided to stay. Oh. Okay, so the Shaquem thing, I'm gonna... Hold on one second, guys. Let me try to finish this fight. I'm not doing so badly here. I wish I had my super, though. Yeah, I mean, a couple people have said stuff like that, and honestly, if Shaquille gets pissed off because we cut his brother, then he can go pound rocks. This is a football team, not a frat house. I don't have time for players who are expecting us to waste a roster spot on somebody they like just because, I don't know, he's fun in the locker room or something. Yeah. Let me tell you, I kind of wanted Shaquem to make the team. I felt like he had a little bit of value. I felt like he could do a couple things that might be valuable to the team. But the crying from Seahawks fans on social media over us cutting Shaquem is ridiculous. I am so sick of reading this shit, guys. Well, Brandon Jackson is not on the roster, Jarrell. He's on IR. He's not taking up a roster spot, so that's not really the same thing. I'm in a Seahawks group on Facebook and everybody was crying, oh my god, why did we cut Shaquem? Why did we do this? I bought a Shaquem jersey. This is the worst day ever. I'm in a Seahawks Discord and one guy actually got banned because he was posting about how Pete Carroll is a racist for cutting Shaquem Griffin. Like, I'm not even kidding. And it's just like, guys, he was a fringe, he was a mediocre special teamer who could maybe play 15 snaps a game at defensive end. Like, what the hell? It just reminds you how some fans, I don't know, they value something else more than just winning games. I've heard of it, Dracky B. I would consider playing it possibly. I've actually watched somebody stream it before, so I know what it is. Yeah, I remember Shaquem Griffin started at linebacker in his first career game and played so bad he immediately got benched. So, you know, Shaquem... I don't have a problem with us, you know... Like, I wanted Shaquem to make the roster because I liked him a little more than I liked somebody like DeMontre Moore. But the crying on social media about this is ridiculous. They act like he got like 6 sacks last year. He has 1 career sack and was in the playoffs. By the way, who the hell bought a Shaquem Griffin jersey? Come on, guys. If you buy a Shaquem Griffin jersey, good for you, but you should know what might happen. Yeah, that I agree with. We should have cut Luke Wilson. I have no idea what Luke Wilson is doing on this roster right now. Why do we need 4 tight ends when Colby Parkinson's going to be back in a few weeks anyway? I don't... Look, I'm not saying DeMontre Moore is definitely better than Shaq, but he's not worse than Shaq. Shaquem Griffin is kind of a draft bust too. He's just not as big of a bust because he was taken in the 5th instead of the 3rd. Yeah, that's true, Emmett. I expect us to bring in another defensive tackle. You're absolutely correct on that. Yeah, I knew we weren't going to cut Hollister as soon as we gave him the 2nd round tender. For some reason, this team thinks that Hollister is good and valuable, which I do not. But they think that, so I knew there was going to be kind of We did restructure with David Moore, so he's getting paid a little bit less, which is great news in my opinion, for whatever little bit that's worth, which is admittedly not much, but we did choke up a little bit with David Moore, which I liked. Because David Moore is what he is, and that's not a terrible player, but he didn't need to be making any more than the veteran minimum. I will give him that. Okay, better now, hopefully. Anyway, if Will Disley isn't 100% by week 1, then Hollister will have a little bit of a role to play. I'll give him that. I don't like Hollister. I'm not going to pretend like he's terrible. He is better than Luke Wilson at this point. But I just don't really think anything about his game. Oh, definitely Dracky B. I'm definitely keeping an eye on the other team's cuts, but it's hard for me to narrow down on any one particular one that I really like. As of right now, that's something that... Oh crap. Damn it, dude. I timed that so bad. Yeah, Emmett, I don't know if you knew this or not, you probably did, but Lynn Bowden Jr. is listed as a running back. Do you know that? I thought he was a receiver. Yeah, I like Carson, but we had better not extend him. If we extend Carson now, that's a different disaster. That's Sodom and Gomorrah type shit. Okay, he's a utility player. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, QB? Wild. Antoine Randall L, except he can play running back. There you go. Let's go. Let's get it. Sign me up for that. Ooh, almost got him. Bye-bye. Night-night. So sorry. Ooh, was that racist? Yeah, I don't know. I was really frustrated looking at social media today and seeing everybody crying about us cutting Shaquem Griffin. Like, they got so attached to the feel-good story, and it is a feel-good story, and I acknowledge that, but it's just like, you gotta stop falling in love with these players. We root for this team. We don't root for a freaking player. I've told this story before, but I remember I was really sad when we let Matt Hasselbeck go to, I think he went to the Titans, and I was sad about it. And eventually, it took me a little while, it took me years to realize that keeping Matt Hasselbeck at that point wasn't going to do anybody any good. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Definitely Dracky Some guy in Discord, right guy, I don't even know who it was. He already got banned from the Seahawks server I'm in. Needs to be winning. Shaquem Griffin will never ever move the needle in a game in his life, even in his best case scenario. Carlos Hyde seems like he's okay. I don't have a problem with Carlos Hyde. He's not going to be a problem this year. I had a dude comment on my roster, 53-man roster video. They lost all of the excitement in this season when they found out Shaquem Griffin got cut. I wasn't like I'm kind of not super enthusiastic about this season either, but for that reason, you have to be joking. Motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know. That annoyed me today. I would have rather had Shaquem Griffin on the roster than Devontae Moore, but I'm not going to pretend it matters. It doesn't matter at all. The difference between those two players is minuscule. Oh, god damn it. Yeah. We're really gonna bet everything on Alton Robinson or some shit getting like 20 sacks, huh? We're really gonna freaking do it. I think I like Alton Robinson more than I like LJ Collier. I have to be perfectly honest with honestly, I have not thought we were going to get Clowney for a while, and I was fine with that. But if I find out he signs for like 1 year, 10 million, I'm going to be kind of annoyed because we could have done that. There's nothing wrong with paying a guy. What the fuck? Oh my god, I had full health. Like, I'm going to be annoyed if he signs for 1 year, 10 million, because that's a reasonable contract. Like, how cheap are we? How unwilling are we to move cap space around? How unwilling are we to kick out players who don't matter that much, like Hollister and Luke Wilson and other garbage like that? Kyle, that number doesn't matter. That number does not matter. We have infinite dollars in cap. Our cap space is infinity. The Saints are thinking about signing Clowney, and they have negative 70 million in cap. It doesn't matter. We're already well beyond that point, Kyle. I'm sorry, Jarrell. We're already well beyond that point. Clowney would try in more games than that if it was a contract season for him, which it obviously would be. So. Get up, you fuck. Like, why are we so, like, I don't know. I don't want to say we're cheap when we gave Wilson and Bobby all that money, but are we cheap? Like, really? Like, we're not cheap if we gave Bobby and Wilson all that money, but then again... Emmett, he was pretty darn good last year, especially until he got hurt. I mean, he had a lot of pressures last year. Even with his injury, he honestly had a pretty damn good season. Like, if we got that Clowny this year, I would be pretty freaking happy. Like, I have many friends, like most of my friends think Clowny is terrible. They think Clowny is a huge bust and completely worthless. One of my friends is a Titans fan, and his Discord name for like a month was "Don't Sign Clowny" because he thinks Clowny is terrible. Like, I have many friends who think Clowny is legitimately like no better than Shaquem Griffin, and I definitely don't think that. But he's certainly not worth what he thought he was worth, and there's nothing we can do about that. To live with whatever the pass rush ends up doing this year. So that's the one thing. If this works, great. If not, then I think everybody's going to know it's time to fire everybody. Because they've had multiple off seasons to rebuild this team, and if they fail to do that successfully, then they should be fired. God damn it. What the fuck am I supposed to do to get over there then? I was over there before. Saquon Barkley's definitely better than Fournette. That being said, the Giants never should have taken Saquon. But there is a huge difference between Saquon and Fournette. That's silly. I didn't summon you, dude. Go away. Go away, please. I don't recall summoning you. Jarrell. I'm gonna kinda make a video about that in my own way. It's not gonna be all about Clowny, but it's gonna kind of be talking about that vein of things. You'll see. I'm definitely going to make the video no matter what happens, because the things I'm going to say in that video are going to be true no matter what happens. But I will address it in my own way. Motherfucker. Derek, all I can say is if the defense is not at least like top 12, then I would fire pretty much everybody. I would clean house. Because that's where the investment was this offseason. And everything that this team did or did not do comes back to Pete and John, no matter how you slice it. So somebody needs to take responsibility for that. in their defense for 3 years, and it seems like it's gotten worse every year. Okay, I mean, honestly, it could have been worse, but I don't know. I think I would have given Clowney 12 million. 1 year, 12 million, it's fine. Honestly, I think I would fire Carroll or let Carroll go or let Carroll resign or however you want to put it, unless the team makes the NFC title game. This team needs to make the NFC title game to show that they're clearly moving forward, or else I think it's time for Pete to go. Because if we don't at least make the NFC title game, the team is not moving forward. You know, let's be real here. We don't care how we get there, as long as we get there. Like, if we have the worst defense in the league, but we make the NFC title game, then I'm fine. You know, whatever. That's fine. But in my opinion, anything short of that is not good enough. Okay, there has to be a reason why that door unlocked. What the hell? So, in my opinion, for me to get back on Pete Carroll's side and feel like Carroll's the right man for the job, the defense needs to finish in the top 12 and the team needs to make the NFC title game. If those two things do not happen, I'm going to continue to believe that we need to move on from this staff and find new things. That's what I'm going to say about that. Because even if, you know, theoretically, if we make the NFC title game but the defense is terrible, then Pete has nothing to do with that. And I can't realistically give Pete credit for it, because everybody knows that the reason why the offense is good or bad has nothing to do with Pete, really. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm kind of lost. Secondary got way better, which I know the team said was one of their biggest issues in 2019. The linebackers probably got better just because we have better depth, I guess. Although KJ's probably going to fall off. The defensive line probably got worse, although the defensive line was so bad last year, it's hard to get worse. Offensive line, I think, got better. Running backs got, I don't know, I guess the same. Receivers probably got a little bit better. I think the team is better. Yeah, Emmett, that's the one thing. If you believe that defensive backs are more important than pass rushers, then maybe we have something. Okay, there has to be something up here on this damn roof, but I don't know what. It's pissing me off. Because that door unlocked for a freaking reason. Like, what the hell? I think Shell is better than Affetti, even if it's only by a little bit. And Britt was bad last year, so I'm pretty sure whatever we have at center this year, if it's Posick or Finney, I think it'll be better than Britt. Britt was pretty trash last year. And I am so confused about where I'm supposed to go right now. DracuB, not at the moment. I'm sure they exist, but I don't know who right now. I think Shell's better than Affetti. I don't know if he's better by enough to make a difference, admittedly. I will say that. Basically, my understanding of Shell is that he's a better pass blocker than Affetti, but Affetti's a better run blocker. And also, Shell is a smarter player who commits less penalties, and hopefully won't pick up a football and try to run 80 yards with it for a touchdown. Sniper needs to fuck off. Yeah, I liked Finney too. That was a good signing, and now I guess he sucks balls to the point where we almost would rather have Justin Britt than him. Yeah, there was a Twitter post last month about how this current front office seems to suck really bad at scouting centers, and it's hard to argue. Remember, like, Patrick Lewis? Remember Drew Nowak? Whatever happened to those dudes? I honestly think our offensive line is a little bit better than people give it credit for. I think a lot of the sacks Wilson takes are because he holds onto the ball for a long time. And I think this team is happy to make that trade in many situations. They're willing to take more sacks if it means more big plays. You know? I could be wrong. Oh, God damn it. did eventually come around on the frickin', I eventually came around on the Greg Olson signing. I think that signing is at least okay, but that's becoming one of the best moves we made this offseason. That's kind of depressing. Honestly, there's a very good chance he ends up becoming redundant if Disley has a good season, you know? Jarrell, I think it's 6 million. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more it gets on my nerves. But we might get bailed out because we have a crap schedule, and I think the COVID stuff might actually play to our favor. As weird as that might sound to say. About Wagner this season. If he has a bounce back year and is actually making a positive impact, then I'll reevaluate, of course. But I'm not ready to throw him out. I'm not really in love with the fact that we gave him that big contract. I'll wait and see. To say what I say about Collier. He needs to move inside. If he moves inside, I think we might have something. Derek, our secondary could cover up our bad pass rush. It honestly kind of sort of happened last year. Although the defense was still bad last year. It wasn't as bad as it should have been given the pass rush. Yeah. I mean, my issue with a statement like that, Emmett, is he already had decision-making control when building the roster, and I think he's done a pretty bad job building this roster, so the decisions that he's already made have already been felt. In front of him last season. Like, the Panthers legitimately had the worst run defense in the NFL and maybe one of the worst run defenses in NFL history. They were atrocious. They could not stop the run at all. Luke Kuechly had no help, but advanced metrics still said he played well against the run. So it is not impossible to be on a bad defense or a bad run defense or whatever and still have your contributions noted. I don't think Bobby did that last year, and, you know, there could be other reasons beyond just the defensive line that's in front of him that caused that, but you can be on a bad defense and still shine as a good plus EV player. I did a whole video about this months ago where I was talking about how, you know, Luke Kuechly, terrible run defense is on, still a plus EV run defender according to advanced metrics. Right, you are trolling, right? Sometimes I can't tell. Yeah, I agree, Emmett. That was one thing that I highlighted in the video I made. I was like, well, you know, Luke Kuechly had a bigger excuse than freaking... Life was even harder for Luke Kuechly than it was for Bobby Wagner, and Kuechly showed up as a good player in advanced metrics, and Bobby didn't, so, yeah. What's going on, buddy? What? Oh, I guess so, TJ. But I didn't think about it very hard. Yeah, Luke Kuechly's retired, guys. He's not coming back. There's a reason why he retired. He didn't retire for fun. He retired because his brain is going to turn into oatmeal. Or maybe Bobby just had a bad season, you know, it doesn't have to be he's lazy. It could just be, you know, people have bad seasons. Maybe it was just a bad year for Bobby. But what I'm saying is that there is a way for Bobby to play well without the defense actually being good. And I will give him credit for that if I feel like it happens. I don't think it happened last year. Like, I'm happy to give Bobby a little bit of the benefit of the doubt when he's been so good for so long, but I really don't think he has this... I don't think he has much of a leg to stand on for what happened last year. Like, Luke Kuechly's defensive line was probably worse than Bobby's. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Richardson showed up, introverted tree. Paul Richardson was out of shape and not ready to play football when he showed up to camp, so they just went, oh well, we tried. but apparently he was not ready to play football at all. I mean, Pete did everything but call him a fat lard when he was asked about him a few days ago. Straight honest, Kuechly probably was better than Bobby last year, but I'm not completely married to that take, but I think it's true. And I mean, honestly, we don't need Paul Richardson. I don't think Paul Richardson is appreciably better than David Moore right now, especially at this point. And he's certainly not better than Josh Gordon. In fact, Josh Gordon, I think, is clearly better. So, honestly, I have no problem cutting Paul Richardson. I thought Paul Richardson was going to play for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but he decided not to do it, and that's totally fine. Oh, shit, I didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah, now that we added Josh Gordon, I like these receivers a lot. I will say, I don't know what to think about Philip Dorsett. Like, I like his speed, but I don't like anything else. Honestly, Kuechly might have been a better player than Bobby in their primes. Bobby can become a better player by having a longer career if he extends his career by a few seasons. But I actually think Kuechly was probably better in their prime. But Bobby's got the ring, so you know he's happier with the way things turned out. Yeah, maybe that's how we get a lot of pressure this year. We blitz our asses off and trust our cornerbacks to hold up. It's not a... Oh, I forgot. I'm an idiot. God damn it, I just did that. I'm an idiot. If the offensive line can play decently, which I actually think they will, at the very least we're going to have an offense that should be top 5. In terms of, you know, in terms of the players. The main thing that has me really discouraged right now is they asked, when they asked Brian Schottenheimer about the whole let Russ cook thing, his response was, it's not that simple, which makes me feel like we might be in for another season of getting really pissed off at the play calling. Jarrell, maybe he has. We don't know. If he did and failed, how would we ever know about that? Of course, they wouldn't let people know about something like that. It's a terrible look. And I'm sure, you know, the moment things stop working for the team, everybody's going to want him fired. Nobody likes losing except for Sean Marion. Yeah, TJ, I kind of agree with that assumption as well. And I do kind of think that's probably what he meant when he said that, but it just frustrated me to hear. Like, why can't the answer to that question just be, oh yeah, of course I want my top 2 QB to throw the ball a bunch. Why wouldn't I want that? That's just common sense. Why can't he say something like that? Like, that would be nice. I would appreciate that. It's not necessarily about making Russell throw the ball more. It's about making Russell throw the ball more early in the game so we can get out to a lead and then run to drain the clock when we're ahead. Not wait until the fourth quarter and ask Wilson to save us because we're down or the game is tied or blah, 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 whatever. Big problem with Schottenheimer, and you know, the stuff that I don't like about this offense, I don't think it's his fault. I don't think he's very good, but it's not for lack of trying, and it's not, I don't think he's necessarily garbage either. Oh my, what the fuck? Jesus. Yeah, Jarrell, Nioh's not really known for its musical score. Like, yeah, we were more likely to turn the ball over on running plays than passing plays last year. What kind of joke is that? At the very least, the running game should be what you use when you're trying to avoid turnovers, but we don't even do that. That's kind of the point when I started to turn against Carson a little bit. That second fumble against the Steelers, I was like, are you kidding me? We're trying to run out the freaking clock here. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. No, big dog. The off-season's effectively over. Like, what are we gonna do at this point other than trade for Von Miller or some shit? That's the only thing I can think of. I wasn't mad when we didn't sign Robert Quinn, and I really liked Robert Quinn, and I wasn't mad when we didn't sign him because I get it. Like, he signed a monster contract with the Bears, like way bigger than I was willing to pay him. That's fine. I was okay when we didn't sign Dante Fowler because he signed a huge contract as well, and I'm like, okay, you don't want to pay him that much money, that's okay. But, oh my god, dude, what is this thing? I feel like I'm getting trolled, these Kappas. They're like tiny little turtles and they want to hit kill you. But us not getting Everson Griffin is a freaking joke for $6 million fucking dollars. Like, you have to, like, my god. Makes me sick just kind of thinking about it. We didn't even have to move money around to get Everson Griffin. I'm sure we did, Rye Guy. We just must have had a very low opinion of him. God damn it. Yeah, I have no tolerance. Like if the season starts bad or the season turns bad, and like we're running the ball 60% of the time and shit like that, I have zero patience for fans who are gonna cape up for Carroll and John. I'll say that. Like, I gave Carroll credit for 2018 because I think he did a good job that year, and we did more that year than I expected, and it was nice, and it was great, and it worked. But 2019 was really just winning in spite of the moron. done that, but I'm sure we didn't want to trade Lockett, and I can understand why. You don't want to take away Wilson's favorite receiver. Like we talked about, let Russ cook. A little hard to let Russ cook without Lockett. I'm fine with us not trading for Yannick, too, by the way. I don't think we could have beaten Minnesota's offer. But the Everson Griffin thing is just like, were we asleep on that one? Like, what the hell? Yeah, it made me laugh when Wilson said he wants to play football until he's freaking 45. Like, come on. I guess he has to say that shit, but there's no way. And why would you want to, man? You have other things in your life besides football. Don't you want to enjoy those things? Do you want to be a cripple when you're 50 in a wheelchair? Yeah, Wilson said he wanted to play football until he's 45 years old. Come on, dude. Miguel, are you trying to draw an equivalency between Russell Wilson and Tom Brady? Have you seen how those two guys play? Yeah, let's bring up the one guy in the history of the NFL who actually did it. Like, this impossible scenario that's never going to happen might happen because, oh, this one guy did it out of the thousands of QBs who have played in the NFL. Give me a break. Oh, crap, not this thing. I hate this thing. I almost want to run away from him and just... You know what? I'm just gonna ignore you. Because I find you very obnoxious. Brady has had terrible offensive lines in his career. Let's get that straight right now. Brady has been better about throwing the ball quickly when he's had bad offensive lines. But Brady has had bad offensive lines before. And bigger than that, this is about how they play. Like, there's no equivalency between how Wilson plays and how Brady plays. It's very clear who's going to last longer. Get it together, people. That's very possible, TJ. In fact, I can't think of another reason why he would have made the roster if not to return kicks and punts. No, the GOAT, I don't think he did. And if he did, honestly, like a very anonymous player, who gives a crap? He's not an impact player at all, he's a body. GOAT, last year we were top 5 in turnovers forced, but we also stopped forcing turnovers at the end of the season, so I'm not even super hyped on that. Mask Temple, I think Chris Miller will make the practice squad, so we have plans for that dude, but no room for him on the roster right this moment. That's the only thing the defense was good at last year. We forced a lot of turnovers. It's very weird for this defense to have been as bad as it was and still be able to force turnovers, but it happened. Oh, so we're keeping 2 QBs on the practice squad. Why? Why would a team do that? What sense does that make? I'm sure it makes some sense, but I'm trying to think of like why you would do that. I'm not mad about it, I'm not complaining, but that seems a little weird to me. Rampant C, I'm pretty sure he's signed. I'm pretty sure it's official. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is the boss fight. Yep, it is. What the heck? What the heck is this thing? Look at this thing. And I'm doing no damage whatsoever, so clearly there's some other trick to this fight that I cannot grasp yet. Introverted treat, no. Clowny is signing with the Titans, I'm 95% sure. Okay. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Is there anything to dodge that? It feels like damaging him. It's like damaging his hands. Is it bad that if we re-signed Anza, I wouldn't even be mad at this point because we need defensive ends that freaking badly? Well, hopefully Emmett, Gordon, and Disley, and another year of Metcalf means that Lockett will get single-teamed a little bit more, you know? Dara. Like, our defensive line situation is so iffy, I wouldn't even be mad at this point. What? How do I dodge that? Yes, TJ, he is. Alright, guys. I need to get up tomorrow kind of early, so I'm going to go ahead and log off. Fun stream tonight. Ton of people. Loved it. Great to have everybody around. But I'm going to call it a stream. There will be some... okay, so plan. Tomorrow, there will be a couple videos I post, but no Seahawks videos. There will be 2 videos I plan on making tomorrow, but neither will be Seahawks videos. That's the plan. No, Emmett, a lot earlier than that. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, and I should stream later in the day as well. Alright. I think that'll take us out. So see you guys tomorrow. Go Hawks, and our team is our team, guys. Our team is our team.